What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. So we got to break down some stocks that, in my opinion, are pretty oversold right now, and we possibly could be seeing a reversal in the short term on these stocks. And I also want to break down what the markets are doing as of now at about 11:50 a.m. on the East Coast. So hit the like button, subscribe, make sure to join my Patreon if you guys want all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And you guys could also get $50 from M1 Finance and 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600. Free money, guys. Again, all of that's linked down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So like I said, guys, it's about 11:50 a.m. on the East Coast right now, and the markets are selling off just a little bit from their intraday highs. You can see here we did rally pre-market after the December CPI number came out, which, by the way, guys, I did make a video on that earlier today, so go watch that one after this one. So we did see a rally after that number came out, and then when the markets opened up, we saw some volatility as expected, and then we saw a push to about 473.20, which, pulling back here, let's see, was that a resistance? It kind of is. Yeah, if you look at this on the 4-hour chart, right around 473 is where we got a double top. We saw a double top in December before selling off to about 450. So needless to say, we got to get out of 473.50. And at that point, with SPY, we might see this inverse head and shoulders that is forming on the 10-day chart. We might see that pan out to the point where SPY does go to about, let's say, 475 at minimum to about 480, maybe even higher on the higher side. So you guys see that inverse head and shoulders here on the 10-day chart. All we got to do is break above 473.50, 474, and SPY is going to be off to the races. So I'm going to put my alert right now let's put one at 473. Let's do that together, guys. And then we'll do another one maybe at 475. Let's do 475. And we'll see what happens in the short term at these levels. So let's look at Triple Q really quickly, see what's going on there. This is reversing on the 10-day chart. And just like SPY, we're seeing an inverse head and shoulders on Triple Q as well. And this morning, we did sell off a bit. We saw volatility. We're still seeing volatility, and we did break above 390 momentarily, as you guys can see here on this intraday chart. So going over to that 4-hour chart, 390 to about 392 needs to break, right? That is the critical 180 moving average on this time frame. So I'm going to put my alert at 390 for now. If we break out of there, guys, this might be going 400, 395, 400 in the short term. No doubt about it. This is all my opinion, guys, as always. All my opinion, but I do think a breakout could be coming. So what do you think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you guys never miss a video from my channel here. And now let's talk about some stocks that I'm looking at. I'm looking at a couple of stocks here, like you all saw in the title, that are a bit oversold, and there could be a reversal in the short term. And no, I'm not guaranteeing a reversal. I'm not telling you guys for sure these stocks are going to bounce back tomorrow, but in my opinion, they're looking pretty good, and they're more on the oversold side, which is always a plus. So let's take a look at number one, LLY, Eli Lilly and Company. This is a worldwide pharmaceutical company. You guys probably know that. Some of you might not know that. And the chart here is pretty good in my opinion, right? We're going to talk more about technicals in this video, not fundamentals, but look, we're noticing a clear-cut resistance at about 280. We only momentarily broke above 280. That was back in the middle of December. So clear resistance at 280, and we've been uptrending for months. You know, we hit 178 back in the end of April. We hit, what was this, 220 in the end of September. We hit about, what was this, 240 in the beginning of December. So we've been making these higher lows on top of, again, seeing resistance at about 280. And currently today, when I'm filming this video, this stock is down 4%. So if we do see another repeat of what's happened in the past where we've hit this trend line and we've bounced, we should be getting a bounce anywhere from 245 on the low end to about 250 on the stock. That would be a higher low compared to the previous couple of lows here. And we could end up getting a bounce there, maybe back towards the moving averages, 265, 270. Heck, maybe it goes back to 280. So as long as we hold this trend, which we aren't doing quite yet, we're trading above it, but we're not confirming a bounce quite yet. As long as we bounce, there's going to be upside in my opinion. And on top of that, guys, if we break under 245, 240, there might be some more downside pressure at that point. So we have to be careful and wait for the confirmation of a bounce. So that is LLY, Eli Lilly Company. Then we have what is this here? DXCM. DXCM is a medical device company focusing on the design, development, and commercialization of continuous glucose monitoring, also known as CGM systems. In the United States, they do this, and internationally. And this stock is down a good chunk. It hit 659 back in the middle of November, and it just recently hit 430. So it just went down about 35% in just a month and a half. And recently, after that 35% drop where it hit about 430 on the low end, we have now bounced close to 500. In fact, we're about to bounce over break over 500 as the stock is up $15 today, up over 3%. So this one's looking like it's reversing, excuse me, guys. Voice crack. And I'm going to need some coffee after that one. Jeez, guys, come on. Cheers, by the way, to this nice coffee that I got today. But look at this. On the 3-year chart, we're holding the uptrending channel. We're bouncing above the moving average. And on the yearly chart, it's looking pretty good that it's clear that we're bouncing, and we're seeing a bunch of green candles forming in a row here. So I think DXCM, if it starts taking out on this 4-hour chart, we have a big resistance coming up at about 510. If we start breaking 510, there's probably going to be some upside towards the mid-high 500s. I mean, there's a wide open gap to about 565, 575. So for that reason, I'm going to put my alert at 510 for DXCM, and I do think I've had this stock called out a bunch over the course of my YouTube career here, and it's an interesting one to say the least. So I'm going to put, again, 510 as my alert for now. We'll see if that ends up breaking, what the heck ends up happening. And the next stock is Visa, the most well-known out of these three, let's be honest. Most people know Eli Lilly. Some people know DXCM. But a lot of people, most people know Visa. I would say all people, but we can't say all people. But most people, 95%. No Visa and what they do. This stock has been sold off, or it's been beaten down aggressively. We're talking from 252. This was back in, when was this? End of July. Now it's sitting at 216, and we actually called it out a couple of weeks ago, and it's been reversing like we said in that video a couple of weeks ago. And even though it's been reversing, guys, it's still very oversold because we hit recently 225, almost 230. We hit that higher high, and we were above both moving averages. We were trading well above them. And then after that, we actually broke under the 50. We went all the way down to about 206 recently, and then we saw buyers step in around the 180 moving average here on the 4-hour chart. Now we're bouncing back to about 216. This is a very good sign that, A, Visa's inverse head and shoulders is intact because we held the neckline, and B, that we're getting buying pressure around 200, 205, 210, and by that moving average. This is very, very, very good for the bulls. Now, if we break out of, let's say, 220, right by the highs from a couple of weeks ago in the end of December, and by the 50 moving average on this 4-hour chart, if we break 220, guys, this is probably going to go straight up, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. You guys know this. But if we break 220, I think we're going to go straight past 225, which was the high, or 226, the high point from the beginning of this year, 2022. And I think we're going to go to 240, to be quite honest, 238, 240. So we got to watch out for Visa. It's reversing. It's looking pretty good, fairly oversold, and same with LLY, and like I said, DXCM. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and feel free to join my Patreon. If you guys want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me throughout the day, plus more, everything I'm doing in real time is on Patreon. Check it out, link down below, or you can go to StockSurfFest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $50 from M1 Finance and your 2 stocks from Webull. Free money, guys. Link down below. Get your money. And with that being said, I'll pop up my CPI video here from this morning. Check it out. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.